roadblock ahead for me. And I know MX is from your region, Choching Town, hands down, right? But even in a big advantage of simple. All right, Chocho, looks like we are going to see Marcus in action. And right now, the first chase is going to happen. Oh my god, that's a really fast leap out. And will he be able to get that direction? He's going to be able to land that first hit onto the mechanic. I thought that he would have at least tried body block using the mech bot. I mean, it's better to have full health, right? And sacrifice your bot in this position. But it seems like Jidu is not going to drop the bot just yet. Okay, good position. That's what happens. But you got to be really careful. Maybe dropping the power. Oh yeah, that's not the best position to put the bot at. But it's okay. Jidu still has one more bot to utilize when necessary. Blink's going to be up in 10 seconds. So will he be able to gain that distance?
Yeah, unfortunately, just really forced out from their position, but luckily able to get the bot out, but captured into the hunter as we see him place him right in the open air area, giving a free hit as we see Jidu unfortunately down within the first minute of the game, but Cypher progress still not too bad.
Not too bad indeed. Almost 3 ciphers to be done. For those of you who are new to this game, you gotta decode 5 ciphers, 5 full ciphers to open the gate and escape with as many survivors as possible. So right now, Feng Si is going to place that cue ball nearby, just trying to stop the blink, just to catch Morina off guard. Beautifully played, and now Morina has to be really careful because Feng Si, he can just go straight for the rescue. Okay, a little bit of delay will ensure that the rescue happens successfully. There's the blink. There's the flywheel, but he did not use the flywheel to negate that. So unfortunately, last effort is going to be triggered, and he needs to just find that position to die far away from his teammate Cypher.
As we see the Cypher progress slightly lower for the first Cypher now because of the netting, but let's see how the support will come through with the Archer. We wanted to see this, but unfortunately got captured by the Hunter into the ball. As we see Mechanic will be seeing the chair without any harassment, unfortunately. Bottom left, we're seeing the Archer coming through. Will she be able to hit it? Seems like she doesn't even try it here, and Mechanic will be seeing the chair for the second time. Now Cypher progress currently very slow as Hunter hits into ball form again.
Yeah, and unfortunately this lineup, right, I think they were a little bit greedy. I think one kite might not be enough, because right now if you commit to rescuing Jidu, here's the thing. There's no kite turner that allows them to buy more time. So you can rescue, but Feng Si can just farm him off. So they gotta make sure the body block happens, but no, Jidu's gonna go down. And unfortunately, Archer, still at full health. I think she can still try and commit. She still has 3 bows and arrows. Just needs to be careful not to be dropped off the cue ball.
Right.
Oh, that connects. Perfect. And one more run for Jidu.
Yeah, a body block from 6-7 as well. Jidu will survive for another day here. Does have a flywheel to work with, so she better use it soon. As we see the ball form coming in again, will she be captured? It seems like she does. The open air area, and a free hit will be registered to you, but the flywheel comes in at a timely manner.
Beautifully done, and Archer can still provide the support if he needs to. Right now, the 4th Cypher is already at 100%. It's not the full Cyphers yet, but this is a beautiful support coming out from 40. If they can buy this time, more time, I feel like they can stay all the way until the very end.
That's right. As we see, Jidu unfortunately got captured once again. Will be placed in the open area. The hit will be inevitable here. As we see, Archer got healed by the psychology using the Wi-Fi heal.
All right. Oh, that's gonna connect again! Feng Si, you gotta realize the Archer is still in the vicinity. Maybe a little bit of misdecision there, and the pallet slam as well. Feng Si is currently facing high resistance from the survivors. Look at there's 4. There are 4 survivors nearby here. 3 survivors nearby here, and the Archer, okay, is gonna be stopped at this moment. But again, one more arrow.
Let's go! Let's go as we 6-7 triples harassment. As we see Jidu will be down once again. Doesn't have any things to work with already from 6-7. All 3 has been used up very well. 100% hit rate. As we see the last Cypher at 60%, and all of them in relatively good health.
Yeah, this is really dangerous, right? Archer has used up everything, but she still has the flywheel available. But you gotta be careful though. Feng Si so far, he is going to commit towards that last Cypher. Guess who is gonna be in the vicinity? Beautiful flywheel to stop that hit from registering. And Feng Si is gonna continue pursuit. Guess who is just gonna keep trying and run away? Unfortunately, that hit is gonna register. I feel like they have to start a new Cypher, a 6th new Cypher, another area. So this is where things get really dangerous, right, Chocho? Because this mini abnormal is going to continue cutting off the progress of the Cypher.
That's right. And right now, I believe Gravekeeper survives for another day. I thought another capture would happen here, but luckily for him, he will survive a little bit more here. They need that time to decode another cipher. So now Feng Si will hit into ball form and hit straight for 6-7 cipher.
Yeah, 6-7. Are you gonna make that trend happen right now? But unfortunately, yeah, this is exactly what's going on, right? Marcus, I mean, he's spending a little bit of time. You know, he's just trying to make sure that he provides enough presence to scare the survivors away. But at this point, with 3 survivors running around, he might needs to make sure everyone's injured. This is where the QS will shine very much and wait for his blink to get up before he can capture another survivor again. So that basically the time, the objective is waste as much time as possible until his blink comes up.
Yeah, definitely. Wasting as much time as possible would be the solution here for Team 40 survivors. As we see the survivors still being pushed at the corner area. Gravekeeper will just be waiting there, and we do see that little bit of time being wasted with that pellet movement as well. So Marina actually doing a great job kiting here, potentially helping the team buy even more time. As we see the ciphers still being progressed here, things are looking optimal for 40 survivors, but if Guess Who dies here, I wonder who will come in for the rescue.
I guess it's all man on board. Oh,
it connects.
The tip of the staff actually hit, registers, and Guess Who is gonna go down now. So I guess, Chocho, we're gonna play a game of Guess Who's coming to rescue Guess Who. Right? But Marina's in the vicinity already, right? Because the Cypher's already primed. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna force rescue, get Terra Shock, doesn't matter. Cypher's gonna pop, I'm gonna rescue anyway. So opening up the front gate, that's 6-7's responsibility. Right now, 40, the only job they have is you gotta make sure that this kite is gonna last long enough. The blink that's gonna register, but hey, you know what? It's a very high possibility for a draw at this point. But no one is touching the gate so far, Chocho. But so it feels like Feng Si, he might be able to get more than just a draw at this point.
It's a question of, I believe, whether the ball form would help him get towards the other side. But Feng Si, I think he had some Peniters being propped up here, so he just wants to double check to make sure that nobody can come for the rescue. But at least this helps in the tie situation. He does not have any ball to further prolong this. And yeah, 40 survivors will get a tie game against Feng Si. He could potentially do a...
Yeah, of course, there's meta picks and... Okay, Mr. Hermit, are you the one who opens up the map and connects first, or do you not want to connect and just go for the hit? So obviously it's the former, right? Just connect first, just make sure the ciphers are all connected, shared progress, get the charge onto them, and at least, hey, that's a little bit of intel, like, oh, okay, 2 survivors are on. 2 of the 5 ciphers are connected. So obviously making a mark towards MX. Probably does not know who it is yet, but obviously he's gonna see it now. Wow, MX already caught by that stun at the very beginning. The hit is going to register, and that's gonna be MX's first hit. Doesn't really matter, he can still kite a little bit longer because his teammates still have the charge ready to share the damage.
Yeah, so pretty early hit, I must say. I mean, MX, but now he's in the double story area, so this would help him actually levitate a little bit towards the other side. So, but the blue charge still hits over there. Archer changed her charge to the blue to share damage with MX. So they potentially want a very long kite here, at least a 3 cipher kite coming in from MX. MX also making that prediction very accurately, dodging that successfully, but the red one still stuns him and the hit damage is shared.
Wow. His aim is actually really godlike, right? With the exception of that Sauron. Other than that Eye on the Sky, every single hit basically connects, right? So right now, okay, I might have jinxed it. My bad. But MX is basically at half health now. He doesn't really need a charge here. I mean, a charge and a stun would definitely help it, but wait, just pushing Elect down. MX is just going to continue kiting on the boat right here. One hit is going to solidify, it's going to bring MX down, so Elect choosing to be a little bit greedy here, like, okay, you know what, let's see if the charge is going to connect. Okay, Custer Curse kicking in, but the Warp Gate coming in, but does that really matter? MX knows exactly what's going on. Jump back in, is that what's going to happen? That's exactly what's going to happen, and that's going to buy so much more time. MX, so nimble on the foot. This is the 3rd time he got caught in this same area, Chocho.
Yeah, the area is pretty tight, so we can see MX struggling a little bit, but at the same time, he has actually spent 2 minutes into this kite already and will almost be down here. So in a while's time, but MX has already expended all his equipment already, so question will be whether they were still coming for the save or not. Cypher progress still not too bad. MX, can he survive the blue charge? Elec is gonna throw out here.
Yo, unfortunately not. Yeah, he just knows the kiting routes, right? He knows exactly where, because that's the only safe route. If you don't go this area, this direction, where else is he gonna hide? But it really doesn't matter, Chocho. Like what you said, he's already done more than enough. Look, 3 ciphers almost done, and that's with a connected, fully connected ciphers, just slowing down everything. So gonna reconnect the circuits, just making sure that all ciphers are sharing the same burden, right? Gravekeeper coming in, potato coming in for the rescue. A Gravekeeper without the charge has to be really careful. That one hit is gonna register, doesn't really matter. And for those of you wondering why is he not using the charge, he just wants to land as much damage as possible onto the rescuer. And right now, the charge coming in, MX, that's gonna be, a shared damage buy. Okay.
Survives for another day here. I believe Archer is also trying to come in for that support, but will it be enough here? Alright, we'll be forcing Elec to potentially just stay still before that stun happens here. MX does not survive that charge here, but the hit misses because Archer is there to give that support. But MX doesn't survive for another day here. Archer is here still, does have another 5 more seconds before she can use it, but seems like she will not attempt with fate here.
Yeah, I mean, the chair is quite near, but he's gonna try and bring the, MX towards somewhere closer to the middle. I mean, the chair was just there, right? I feel like it's a little bit greedy at this point, but he just wants to do a little bit of cipher controlling a little bit closer towards the ciphers that are remaining, right? So right now, 6SY, that's the damage that's going to be registered. Everyone is already at a 60 to 70% damage at this point. 2 sharing the red charges, but the ciphers are going really, really fast. Look, Jojo, everything is almost prime because of the share cipher. It's a gift, but it's also a curse right now, a double-edged sword, and all ciphers are almost done. 3 ciphers done, 2 ciphers at 90% at this point.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell who really has their backs against the walls here, right? Because look at the situation here. All of them are injured. Ciphers are actually almost primed here. And things cannot look more sticky than this, right? CZ is coming in for the rescue. Doesn't have any flywood to work with. Another stun here, another hit.
One
could
more.
be it. But
waste the time! No! I feel like he could have just wasted the time a little bit more, use the double charge, like just make sure until it reaches the very last minute. But I guess he has other things in mind. Sizi is gonna still be able to hold on a little bit more, but everyone is injured. Whoever touches the gate will have that charge, and I feel like it's still a very dangerous situation for AW, even though they have 4 survivors up, Jojo.
Yeah, it's a very tough situation. 06 SY as well. Really want to buy as much time as possible for his teammates to run to the other side, open that gate. But the hit still registers, unfortunately. Now, someone is already at the other side, but I believe both gates are being connected, so it will be slowed down by a lot. Warp is available for Elec though, but can he catch anyone with this warp? That's a huge question we have here.
That's true. You can see Potato and Sizi, they are both scattered, both at different directions. One at the north, one's at the south, right? Because he knows if he goes for MX, at least he'll be able to, they will be able to come in and do a backdoor rescue, right? But now, he's just okay. Once he confirms no one's in the middle, he's going to go straight for the warp gate. He knows that someone's at the end game. Oh,
can MX open in time though?
No, unfortunately, the stun's gonna happen.
99%, unfortunately.
Oh my god, 99%. And the 3 best friends are gonna be alive. It's gonna come out. It's gonna signal where they are. But I think it doesn't really matter because the other gate is also at 80%, so that might be the opening they need. Wait, will be enough for the warp gate? Can he make it through the warp gate again? No! Elec, 1 second later, and now it's gonna be 3 survivors out the gate. Leave it to 4 AW survivors to come back with the treats. I love it. We should dodge the statue and maintain this.
Alright, let's see if 4AW's Fengxi can add insult into an injury here. As we see him heading straight for the center area, we're seeing Marinas decoding the ciphers already and running away just right now.
bye-bye. I mean, you gotta gain distance, right? You gotta gain distance. You gotta mind game the statues a little bit. And this is exactly what you gotta do. Morina taking that first kite. He is the puppeteer after all. Oh, the chip damage! You gotta be careful, especially during blind spots when he tried to sandwich you through the windows or through the doors as well. So Fengxi already gotten the upper hand, 1 chip damage, but it is a very difficult place to kite. The love letter already coming in. Morina has that window valet support.
No! That's a blind statue. Right. My goodness, what a game coming in from Fengxi. And third one coming through as well. And the fourth one missing out just slightly on that pallet. But what incredible statues we're seeing from Fengxi. Marina also understands that Hunter might potentially be going the other side and hit straight for the center area. But dying at the center is definitely a no-go here. As you see, Fengxi still trying to play the catch-up game here. Bling is already available and first skill popped off already.
Insane. It's not every day you can see a sculptor relying solely on the chip damage. The 4th time without using the puppeteer from beginning until the end. Of course, the 4th hit, definitely you cannot use the puppet anymore because of the 75% damage. But that's insane. Fengxi did not swing his normal attack at all. That was all chip damages.
I'm not too sure whether Marina was facing backwards or facing forward when the statues were hitting, but regardless of all of that, it was really unfortunate. Fengxi actually chased someone without the flywheel, which is Marina. As we see, Jidu will be coming in for that rescue. Does have a stun, and also the statue also pushing her back slightly, trying to get that chip damage onto her to pressure this rescue. Let's see how straight she's gonna be here. As we see the hit, still unfortunately, the first chip. The second chip missing out. Unfortunately, the hit registers, but the over half rescue now.
It's okay. I think he just wants to be really safe. Unfortunately, Morina is just 1 chip damage away. Sculptor's already at full damage, but he still has a blink to work with. Morina running out in the open! Morina running out in the open, and unfortunately, the after half rescue and the no tight turner situation is not gonna buy enough time for 4T to finish off the remaining ciphers. Jojo, Fengxi, it seems like it is a different Fengxi from what we've seen on the QS right here, and it's showing that, you know what, Sculptor is still very relevant to me. Thank you very much.
Wow. This is the kind of game that is really surprising to us, right? Because Fengxi, we don't know his character pool at all, but he does have a pretty good sculptor gameplay that we're seeing here. As you see, guess who will be kiting a fully skilled sculptor here with a bling available. So he got to be very careful here. Insta-down could be possible here.
That's true, but he has the Nike shoes to help him run a little bit further during that time. Fengxi probably knows what's going on, just has to make sure that he clips the window, and that's gonna end up with another one, another chip, another bling hit. That's gonna go down, and they don't even have a last cipher yet. Chocho, the only thing that's going on for 4T right now is the fact that, well, they're mostly healthy, but this is where things get really, really difficult, right? How are you going to finish off the cipher when the last cipher is nearby where the survivor is shared? Although it's only 20%, right? I think they just gotta start a new cipher right now.
At this point in time, we really need someone to rescue this game. We have 2 harassers outside, but Antiquarian is clearly a little bit too injured for this. Another second skill, and she'll be down already. But 6-7 is in the vicinity, potentially going for the over half rescue.
Yeah.
Fengxi also using the second skill to try and see where the nearest survivor is. Does know where 6-7 is located. Let's see how much of the tunneling we'll be seeing from here. But 6-7 trying to farm as much as possible. I thought a pallet stun could be possible there, but seems like he will not go for it.
Beautiful.
Focused on the second skill.
Yeah, zigzagging. Beautifully done. That's how you kill it. Okay, beautifully done. You can definitely wait a little bit more. Oh, right. Beautifully done. He can use the 3 stacks, and that's gonna be a little bit more time bought for the postman, already giving the Nike shoes for him to run even further. He's not even gonna care about 6-7. Yeah, I think he probably needs to chair him right there and now, because he knows that the cipher is probably almost done. So right now, cipher is already close to being primed. Postman is the only one. Wait, oh my god.
Oh, going from the back is good.
Yeah, it's good.
The
but the statue.
Great.
Okay, pop. All right, 3-man end game, Cho, and with a stack onto the Enchantress as well. Guess who needs to get the hell out of there? As 6-7 is the one being chased. Fengxi still pursuing onto the Enchantress, actually. So this might give an opening to 4T to at least try and get A draw?
A draw would be very good for 40 survivors right now if it's possible, but Jidu is still at the gate here, able to dodge out the second skill, able to dodge out for the second time as well, as we see Feng Xi starting to tunnel down on the antiquarian instead. This gate is at 30%, and seems like guess who will be near the gate here. All of them wants to lock in on this front gate. I'm not too sure whether this is the right play now.
Exactly, like he already knows everyone's here, so it renders his teleport useless, right? So he doesn't really need to worry about the other gate being open. So this is the danger of revealing your cards. Like, hey, everyone's here. I don't have to worry about the other game. No more pressure. He's just trying to focus on Jidu at this point. And fortunately, no detention, remember. So he's relying on his chip damage mostly. But right now, guess who? Oh my god, they're almost opening the gate. And Jidu can make a dash for the dungeon that's actually near the factory. Feng Xi, despite the early start, the early amazing start, this might... Oh
60%?
No. Wait.
70%? 80? A little bit more. Flywheel is also available. Stuns possible coming in from the antiquarian. If she does make this, she can jump as well. This is a great play coming from some...
Oh no!
My gosh, as we see Jidu will be out of this.
Elec is trying to say, right?
Shack area, right? Next.
Wow, the Morning Star trying to look for that first target. MX is definitely in the vicinity, and I swear MX probably wants to play the Magician because of that back shaking emote. But whatever it is, a Magician definitely does have a potential to counter Itakwa as well, especially with the 1. But Elec is still building up the Wind Force, trying to get that distance up against MX. Closed. MX is still kiting in the vicinity, so I guess it is round 2. Chocho 1v1 between MX and Elec.
Yeah, another deja vu moment that we're seeing from BO1 with the different characters but same set of hunter and survivors. As we see MX able to cut it out. A pellet stun right from the get-go here, trying to mind game the veteran master here, but unfortunately he still comes up on top. MX raw kiting this, no magician wands being used just yet, as we see the walk be ready now.
Yeah, this is hard. This is really hard. He's forced to vault windows. He's forced to break pallets. Without the Wind Force, it's going to be difficult. And look, he knows when he activates the Wind Force, he cannot break that Cypher up. And the 1 finally going to use B-Views for the first time. And already the Cyphers are moving. 3 Cyphers almost up to completion, Chocho. And Elec has yet landed a single hit.
Yeah, it makes you think like, oh, why did I bring the Windows block for this? It seems like MX is doing just fine. As we see the bird support coming in well. First hit, still not registered now, but what is it?
Yeah, I mean, he probably knows that it's not a blink. He's still thinking. He's still thinking. It might be something that gears him up towards the late game. He knows that it's probably top-down build. So right now, the 1's going to be used for the 3rd and final time. Elec is still trying to circle around. And look, 3 Cyphers. And with 1 ult support, finally, the first hit lands onto MX. But at what cost, Chocho? 2 minutes into the game.
This is tough. Another pelleted area. 3 pellets to work with. But MX bolted into the Hunter. And we'll see I mean, it's been a very long kite, but I believe MX could have kited that a lot longer considering the terrains. But 3 Cypher kite now, and last 2 is being worked on right now.
Yeah, and Potato can come for the rescue if he needs to, right? Because right now with the watch, he can safely gate that distance. And honestly, he doesn't really have anything to fear. Basically, take 1 hit and he can still rescue successfully, right? So right now in the vicinity, Potato getting hit already! Oh no! The rescue's gonna be a little bit late! The Terror Shock! No! He underestimated the attack recovery of the Itakwa. Will this be...
Oh no.
Will this be the time Elec makes turn the tides? My god.
You gotta turn something here as we see CZ coming in for the rescue. Now it's over half and now situation is suddenly flipped. We're seeing Elect actually having the upper hand here. CZ will come in for the rescue. MX will have the Tide Turner in effect, but no items to work with, and that speed boost coming in from Elect as well. MX will get the hit registered, unfortunately, but what can we say now that I honestly didn't expect the hit to connect onto the first officer as well. Yeah, you mentioned the attack recovery as well.
Yeah.
Great point that you mentioned, and yeah, it seems like...
I have another point to make.
What is it?
Kinda greedy not using the watch. Kinda greedy not using the watch, right? Because he kind I mean yes, MX did a 3 Cyphers kite, but it's still wrong to assume that the game's over, right? So Elect has already ejected one from the seed. Potatoes at 25% health. And with the warp, he's going to try and catch up to Cizi, and that's the last cipher being decoded. So now they are forced to start a new cipher. So that's going to be, I mean, for AW, they were set for success, and I feel like they gave too much. They gave up too much. And now Elect's back in the game.
Yeah, it's just little opportunities like that, and Elect took advantage of it. We saw the immediate reaction followed by that Terra shot as well. So great stuff as well coming from Elect, but now can he snowball from that? It seems like Cizi is actually stopping the snowballing from happening, prolonging his kite as long as possible as we see Cizi entering this pelleted area. That's a window to work with. We're not seeing any speed boost coming through because he only has a tight turner, but last cipher is being worked on, 60%.
Yeah, beautifully done as well. Not giving that down too soon, right? Cypher's already, like what you mentioned, almost 80%. But the basement is here. So Elect can choose to put him in the basement. And that might make things a little bit more difficult because Potato kind of needs to go and decode. But no, he's actually the one coming in. So he's probably going to sacrifice himself just to get down. He's probably going to use that 5 seconds, right? His vulnerability just to get a rescue. But you gotta make sure you hit the right person. Elect.
Misses it.
No, misses! Unfortunately, Cizi. He's just waiting. He's just waiting. He knows that the Cypher's prime, right? Cizi. He's gonna be dragged back. Cyphers can be popped right now. It's gonna be popped 3-man end game. Unfortunately, that hypnotism right there, that's gonna allow the successful rescue despite the first officer being down. So Elect, a little bit of hiccup there, but once he gets Cizi down, it might be safe to say 4AW has at least secured a draw.
Absolutely. As we see the other side of the gate being opened already, so this would guarantee the tie game that you mentioned. The warp will not be put into effect here, but we didn't really see the effect of the warp right now coming in. The trade was actually pretty much not happening.
The high mobility hunter.
So his open options here is defined by 40 survivors have to break both legs here and try to gain that advantage into this matchup here. As you see 4AW heading straight for the Fire Investigator, 6-7 on this as we see him heading straight for the gate area. 2 pallets to work with. First one already been broken and the other one already been slammed down. Now we'll be seeing a frog inflatables with that skin. So this is going to be looking very interesting as we see 6-7 still surviving for the most.
Oh my god, how many times I'm gonna hear 6-7 in this game actually? But beautiful inflate, right? Just blocking through and then with that distance, but also beautiful double back by Feng Si and probably gonna get that first hit. Oh, just missing a little bit, but no, he's not gonna risk. He's not gonna risk it. He's just gonna take that hit and try and transition to the shack area where he will still have another pallet ready to be used. Jidu is in the vicinity, but I think Feng Si knows, right? Feng Si knows someone's behind, and that was sort of anticipated, right? He swings right at where he thinks the survivor is going to try and pallet slam it. Oldest trick in the book, and now he's going to change target to Jidu. So Acrobat already at half health, and the blink is already up, Chocho.
Yeah. This cat is chasing very fiercely as we see one of the mouse will be down now with that instant blink situation.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, unable to predict that. Flyable will be used potentially after this rescue as we see the Cypher's just not too good. And only one tight turner in the matchup, which is on Marina.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. I think he fell for the oldest trick in the book, right? He knows that someone's going to be camping that pallet. He knows someone has been decoding there. So obviously there's someone providing that support. So a very unfortunate start for 4T. But Feng Si is still not out of the is not in the clear yet, right? As the Weeping Clown going to manage to successfully rescue, and now taking a taxi, he's like, wait a minute, what's going on? I just want to get out of here. But unfortunately, when you're in the last effort, I don't think you can actually follow through. But so far, good one. Missing so far. And going back, doubling back as well. Feng Si has to get rid of this Acrobat. Wow, what a good rebound kite.
Yes, buying so much time for the team here past the tight turner period, but this time around he will be down here and Cypher is just not quite enough. 4 Cypher is being worked on, but the 5th is still untouched. We're seeing on the bottom left that Weeping Clown is getting healed up by the Fire Investigator. So yeah, I think Weeping Clown is going to come in for the second rescue as well.
Yeah. I mean, he has to, right? Although he has no more tight turner. And that's the thing. You gotta have more tight turners. But we already know that they are trying to go aggressive. They are trusting their kiting prowess 100%. But right now, Morina coming in for that second rescue. And this time, he can actually use... Wait a minute! He was trying to use it just to gain distance. But now, he will, at least with the help of the pallet blocking the entrance, he'll be able to rescue right here. But obviously he's just gonna have to walk through the red bomb. He's gonna be silenced a little bit, but now the Uber is gonna be in effect. Taxi, no! Taxi! Yeah, I mean Uber, right? Follow the Singapore law. Very good driving. Very good driving, sir. Okay, taking the hit as well, body blocking as well. So right now, his skill, the acrobat skill has been refreshed as well. So this kite really, really matters for 40. There is no last cipher, but Fengxi, he's still chasing Jidu in the vicinity, trying to get the whole of it. And no, Jidu falls right into the hands of Fengxi. And unfortunately, once he is chaired, Morina probably wouldn't be able to get back up in time. No resources in his hands as well as the last cipher, Chocho. Only at 40% right here.
Yeah, stagnant. And I think they're gonna go for the hero as well. We see Help Me from the Fire Investigator. Weeping Horn has already expanded his own self here. So if Fengxi wants to play this well, he can just hit and just go chase down the person that's decoding. And if we see Morina getting that terror shock, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I mean, it's a good job. It's a good mindset, right? Good awareness, right? You gotta heal up first in order to be ready for the late game. You want to be able to reach that and make that rescue successfully. Fengxi still has the bling ready, so he knows what's up. I feel like this is a very dangerous position for 40 because Fengxi can obviously, as long as he can find the survivors that are running midway, and he's actually at the wrong place, right? He's giving a free pass for 67 to actually make that distance. So has to be really careful. Right here, makes that rescue very, very soon before half. And the Cypher is already at 75%. Honestly, he can go 6-7. Okay, trapping him in between. Oh, the cute Carrero. Buying enough time as well. 90% Cypher, 92. Morina, will he be able to make it until Cypher is primed? And the answer is... yes, Morina, just buy a little more time. Buy a little more time. Pop the Cypher. Run to the factory. That's where you gotta go. That's where you gotta go. You have no more item. And obviously 6-7 in the vicinity as well. Fengxi, who is he gonna chase? He obviously wants to get his revenge against the Frogman. So he's gonna chase the Frogman after all. But wait, Morina out in the open. Fengxi doubling back. He's going back for his original target, which is the Whipping Clown. And Fengxi just making a mad dash. That beeline, that bling hit. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna commit the bling right here. I'm gonna get that draw. I know that 4AW survivors are gonna pick up after me, so you know what? It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Get that draw, and seems like Fengxi is gonna end his pursuit right here with the Whipping Clown. GG.
Stuff coming in from 40 survivors, definitely GG. Yeah. Well played, I must say. Coming in from first time I'm seeing this, like this
banning a disciple rather than
do or die for 40. As we see Elect leading the team here with this potentially last matchup here. We'll be chasing 06SY, which is on the Antiquarian. Does have a lot of food to work with, so he will change his targets to CZ inside the factory area. Fire Investigator with 2 inflatables. Is it really the best option here? Let's see how is he going to be placing his cage here. Almost 80% on their resentment.
Yeah, I mean, the cage is gonna be a factor here, right? Oh, interesting choice. Putting the cage before putting the peepers. Oh, he's... wait a minute. He's actually already outside the vicinity, going after CZ as well. So CZ already choosing to leave the factory. This might be a really good place, right? Especially against the Goatman, because there are pallets, there are terrains that can block the Goatman here. So Elect has to get CZ. Oh my god! Oh, the beautiful negate. Yeah, that was beautifully done. The negate. But fortunately, there was enough resentment for Elect to go for the second cage, and that's gonna nail the first hit. CZ needs to be really careful though. He still has 1 more inflatables to use, whereas Elect, he has 1 more cage coming very, very soon. So the placement really matters here.
Yeah. CZ, giving that free hit, unfortunately. Now stack resentment is at 60. Let's see how well this cage will be placed. Just CZ also channeling his inner inflatables as we see him. Oh, that back lip though, now pretty nicely done by Elect.
Very nicely done. But you know what else is nicely done? The Survivor Cypher. So, it actually, Caesar's kite actually bought an almost 3 Cypher's kite. At this point, right, the audience effect is really proven to be a very effective persona, ensuring that they have extra decoding speed of 10%, stackable, I think, up to the 300% decoding speed, decoding progress. But now Potato coming in for the rescue, gonna get that hit, half health, doesn't really matter, not using the pads at all. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna save this pad, I know I'm gonna make this rescue happen. Elec is not gonna be able to hit anyone just yet. Sinizu in the wrong side, but he's not gonna be hit at any point just yet. Elec does not want to break the pallet just yet. Wow, Sizu very, very dangerously stunned there. I mean, I know you're not an acrobat, but you're playing like an acrobat right here. Oh, breaking the pallet as well. Wait a minute. Elec is using a lot of single chip hit.
Yeah, he's using a lot of that, a lot of resentment being used as well, but unfortunately did not get those hits as well. There was an obstacle behind him and he backstep as well. A lot of things happening here for Elec, not really to his favor, but let's see how the support will come through with the Antiquarian on the side. With CZ pushing him backwards, CZ will survive for another day. 4th and 5th Cypher has been started. Another chip damage onto the Antiquarian now. This Goatman, a lot of chip damage, but no full hits.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. When you play a Goatman, right, the most effective Goatman is the one... Oh no! Okay, finally gonna go down, but here's the problem. The Antiquarian is already here to provide the support, so it doesn't really matter. They are geared up to securing. They're like, you know what, no matter what happens, we want to make sure that we at least get that draw at this point. Beautiful flywheel, coming into a stun, and just making sure that he hits the Antiquarian again before picking up Cizi. But while all of that is happening, the Cyphers are being pushed at the moment, so to speak, right? Both Cyphers are going to be pushed. Cizi gonna be finally picked in, but the Antiquarian, obviously very, very close in the vicinity, will not be able to do anything just yet. But Chocho, last Cypher about to be primed, and 4 survivors are still not sent back to the manor. They're still up and running.
Yeah. Very good progress coming in from 4AW survivors. We need to remember what the winning condition is for 4T to move on into potentially a BO3 overtime, which is at least a 3K. Now, not even a single survivor has been eliminated yet. Now, rescue has been done. Terror shock happening. Cyphers popped left and right. As we see Antiquarian also coming in with those stuns. Still don't want to change his straight just to get that hit. But a little bit too late, but the hit still registers regardless, so I guess that's still fine. Both gates have yet been opened now, and what do you think should be the next focus here after this chairing of the survivor?
No use staring, no use standing here, no use securing here. You gotta start finding survivors in the middle ground. You gotta start using your resentment cage, double resentment. Just go and make sure you find the Tinnitus, then you start hitting. But unfortunately, one gate has already been open. Lantern is already open. Once Potato gets out of there, and with the 3 pads he had available earlier on, I don't see that as a problem at all. Yeah, he doesn't have resentment. If he had resentment, I think that would have been even better. Oh, wait a minute! He's already out. Yeah, unfortunately. So that would be the victory condition being secured by 4AW. Getting a draw would allow them to draw this game and ultimately move forward with a 1 win. But I'm sure 4AW wants to go with a 2W right here. So game's still on. Elec has still not given up. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go down swinging.
Absolutely, and we're seeing an inflatable being used here. CZ getting closer to the gate but being stopped here by Elec's cages, so forcing that hit onto the inflatable. Antiquarians can't be seen anywhere here. Alright, it's near the Christmas tree area, so both of them will be trying to go for a mad dash towards the gate. But question is, like, running into the London space and flywheel as well. I guess he really wanted to go into the cage, but unfortunately that did not happen. CZ will be hitting the hit, and this will then mean that Antiquarian can crawl out. Cannot.
Yeah,
not allowed.
It doesn't really, right? And news.
He was really strong when it comes to the late game.
But I don't know.
Heading into the matchup, Diala on the IV here against ST Survivors. We're seeing him hit straight for the center area. Airy Forest already rotated away, heading towards the Fake Gate area. Oh, and the IV's main body. The tram, unexpected one coming through.
Jalan. I was going to
Yes,
say
Jalat, is it? Jalat is
Yeah, really.
very Jalat.
Very chalat, yeah. That it doesn't seem to stop him so far, but the tram hit was definitely like strike 1-0 tram got strikes first. But right now he's still circulating around the area, trying to find that first target. Pre-drop pallet already by Bronya, that's the puppeteer, while Jella is still trying to find that first person to infest, right? So he's gonna infect the Enchantress first, but I'm not sure if that's going to be his best target to chase first. He's moving on towards where Handsome Boy is. Honestly, he's perfect timing too, because the shield's already off. And the blink's going to be up really, really soon.
Yeah, and we're not seeing a lot of any like Ostrakon that or like any fear radius increasing. Corruption is stagnant. As we see him, see the Gardener vault over as well, heading towards the behind area. So there is that distance established with Jiala. Blink is available though, but Jiala knows that there isn't enough distance here. He will blink through here just to get that single hit, but just gonna run towards this corner area and get the hit.
Was it not enough? Was it not enough of a distance to blink hit and Terror Shock the Gardener at that point? I felt that. Right?
Maybe it could be debatable, yeah. Maybe it was worth the risk
yeah.
for Jiala there.
Well, whatever it is, now the bubble gonna try and buy some time for Handsome Boy, but the 100% fear is gonna bring Handsome Boy back to the warm embrace of the shadow. And that's gonna be the first casualty down. Handsome Boy on the chair while the rest of the teammates, Puppeteer, has wanted order. So Krabby is in the second floor trying to just finish decoding, but unfortunately Jala's gonna stop him in his tracks right here. A lot of ciphers with a lot of progress, but none of them are completed just yet.
Yeah, and considering the timing, we will expect the ciphers to be popped left and right, but rescue coming in from Gravekeeper hit registered as well. Handsome Boy will be heading towards the graveyard area, known to be a very strong kiting area, especially with that shield that the Gardener can generate. Now we're seeing that potentially she's trying to prime that so that it could happen, but fortunately the Ostrakon will teleport through. Handsome Boy will be stunned and the hit registers unfortunately. Now 2 ciphers have been popped now, and the third one will be soon. 4th and 5th will be worked on as well.
Yeah, unfortunately no last cipher just yet, but it's okay. Handsome Boy still has one more chair left in him, and if possible, Enchantress can definitely come in for the support if he really needs to. But if they really want to play it safe, right, I think you do not want to really push your luck. You really want to just start pushing the ciphers and pressure the Hunter as well. So maybe what they can really do here is probably just sell if possible, go for a backdoor rescue, that's very possible as well, and then probably help body block a little bit, or just leave her to die with the borrowed time, you know what I mean? Sorry, with the tide turner, you know what I mean? So trying to rescue right here. Okay, has to make sure not to fall down here. Oh, he's gonna try and farm him off. Okay, trying to farm right near second swing. Let's see if the third swing is gonna work right here in favor of Jella. Still missing, missing. Oh no, Puppeteer actually managing to block. Beautiful play.
Beautiful play indeed. As we see, Handsome Boy would still get the hit regardless. Jala's Ostrakon and teleport through it just cannot be helped there. As we see, Krabby is in the vicinity, does have 1 stack to work with, so harassment can be activated here. As we see Krabby a little bit able to get the stun off as well, and wow, great play.
Wow, and the shield up as well. Beautifully done. ST survivors proving that the full team's communication is so effective right here. Handsome Boy still lives to fight another day, but now 100 fear stack is gonna secure it. It's already 75%. I wonder if they're gonna secure this. Oh wait, it's not gonna be. Oh, the stun not gonna work. Is he gonna force it? Is he gonna force heal? Oh no, he's making Jella doubt it. He's like, you know what? Just hit. But now ciphers are popped. Yeah, everyone's just running. Jojo, everyone's just running. 4 men out. Jala is really facing a very Jala situation right now. What can he do to salvage this situation? You know, he still has a blink up, but
he does, but it's just so many things that I'm not sure how Jella is gonna map control at the end game here. Things are not looking great. Handsome Boy is in this vicinity. Ostrakon can be placed there. Teleport can happen, but like I said, the other side of the gate has been opened. And we only see one survivor at the other side, which means the other one might be going in for that rescue onto Krabby.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And he knows that there's... Oh my god! The shield, 0.5 second mistiming. But right now, Gravekeeper going for the rescue. Enchantress closing in right here. And the rescue is going to happen before half. Wanted order onto Bronya. He probably knows that the Cypher, the gate has probably opened. But Ciala is still in this. He can definitely still secure a draw if he wants to. Irie Forest needs to be really careful. Still has that shovel to work with, right? If he really wants to body block, all he needs to do right now is just make sure that Krabby is out of sight. But that's not going to happen because it is the Ethereal form being deployed by Ciala. He just needs to make sure that he teleports right onto him, get that 100% stack, and that's it. He's going to be able to down it. Right now, Gravekeepers, what's going on? I can't really see where he is right now at the moment. But the 100% stack is going to bring Krabby towards Ciala, and Ciala's going to down him right now. I think ST is just going to settle for the draw, right? No reason to be greedy. They're just going to leave with the 2-man.
Yeah, and I would say that considering the start game and the end game that we saw from
continue as the day continues. But
goodness, why is the mechanic at Everspring Town? We're seeing Titan on the Goatman hitting straight for the mechanic as expected. This is a very unexpected spawn coming in from RT survivors, especially on the mechanic. As we see, the bot already plays down here, so at least we do have the 5th survivor that will survive for the for when she's Chad. Vivian is Chad. As we see her rotating towards the center area, and we'll play around the pellets. And that's 80% resentment already.
There is mechanic is doing a good job so far rotating as well, but no, being very bold actually, trying to just support break the cage at that point. I don't think there's gonna be enough time at all. But Lightning as well, just trying to get that charge. Not sure if that swing was very necessary because it's just giving Lightning the stack. And now the 3rd stack, right? That's the 3rd stack. And if Lightning really wanted to, he could just stop him. Oh wait, actually he can go for Lightning first. He can.
This is interesting because Hunter has excitement, right? And
he does.
Let's see how is it going to be used here. We're seeing a fly. I'm pretty sure the stacks is going to come through in a while's time. We'll see excitement come through too.
Whoa.
But great kiting coming in from Lightning. Great stuff. We're seeing the 1st stack being used here. And the excitement comes through, unfortunately. So 1 minute and a half into the game here, and Cypher's is just not that great. But on the bright side, at least the bot is out in the open.
It is. They are kind of healing very, very closely, you know what I mean? And the wanted order is actually on the mechanic as well. Fortunately, the bot, like what you mentioned, it's already been released. So that's a good thing for RT, getting the decoding up and started. Honestly, the threat would really be Patty. And it's very unfortunate that Tatian did not manage to get that bomb, that stun bomb out before using excitement. He just wants to secure it as fast as possible. But right now, Baby Top, he's going to be able to make that rescue happen successfully. Lightning still has 4 stacks available, whereas Tatian does not have anything to counter that stacks. So chasing after the Enchantress might not be the best idea, Chocho, because Lightning is gonna have a really good rebound kite. Yeah,
let's go. Finally, a stun coming through from Lightning, and this is gonna buy a lot of time. We're seeing the mechanic just running like, you ain't gonna hit me. You're not gonna change your line of focus. Yes, we see Vivian will be still in the vicinity. Lightning will be down here, but let's not forget, this is Enchantress talking about. She does have second kite potential, but honestly now, Cyphers are looking so good, but we need them to pop.
Yeah, we need them to pop. Just so that they can come, you know what I mean? They can come and provide the support that's needed at the very end as well. But fortunately, we have the mechanic that's up and about, and with the bot, a very healthy supply of the bot. That's a guaranteed 1 cipher completed and possibly stationed for Tinnitus, or better still, late game at the gate. So mechanic coming in does not have Tide Turner, mind you. So what he can do is let Vivian rescue, farm off Lightning. That can be the point, you know what I mean? Oh my god! Okay, beautifully done, but
good
still
stuff.
In the vicinity.
Let's see how the body block is gonna happen here for the mechanic. As we see, the body block successfully happens, so things are looking pretty optimal. We're seeing the last cipher at 30%, and they're gonna go for a heavy body block situation, a triple kite coming in, and Tatian. Let's see how he's gonna do this. A resentment being used here, and hit with justice. Vivian with the stun as well.
Yeah. Just waiting, right? Adding insult to injury and 2 pallets down as well. Right now, he has to get Lightning no matter what. And I'm not sure if this is a smart idea. You know what I mean, Chocho? I don't think this is I'm not sure if this is the best idea, having a triple Kite right here, like two people trying to come and support, because you have to remember the last cypher is not even prime.
Okay.
The last cypher is not even prime.
It's alright, it's alright. Let's just fingers crossed. Wait, but she doesn't have any stacks to work with right now. No flywheel, no nothing. And
wow.
No, you might be right here. Gravekeeper also uses the self-heal right in front of the Hunter. Mechanic is on the ground. Gravekeeper forced to use his item. And Aeroplanist is only at 70% Cypher. What should be the focus point here for Taten now?
He needs to grab Vivian straight away, because he doesn't have enough resentment to make his way all across the other map, right? So the basement play is going to be the best play right here, just so that he can stop people with the drop down hit. And Cyphers are going to be prime for sure, right? The question is who will be able to make that rescue. So that's going to be 6. Oh, the teleport straight into Baby Top! Beautifully done! He gambled on the fact that it wasn't prime, and he did. And he's gonna try and get Baby Top off of the shovel, but again, even though you managed to get it off, but does it really matter? Because right now, the shovel is always gonna be a problem, especially for the gold man.
Wow,
precise.
Wow, what a good use of that cage there. We're seeing top down, right? But that Cypher, 87 right on top on the second story. Middle second story, Vivian is forced to decode another Cypher, and we know that Mechanic has that debuff when it comes to decoding Cyphers. So things cannot look more difficult for them now. We're seeing a backdoor rescue behind as well. Vivian will be the next force of line of focus here. Fly will be used, and Pellet Stun coming in clutch. So this will allow them to decode the middle double story area Cypher. Teleport has already been used. The best time for them right now is to get the down, get the hit, open the gate, and potentially get a tie game. Vivian doing a great job kiting. The down will be registered.
It's already primed though, unfortunately. The Cypher's gonna be popped straight away, 3 survivors running. And honestly, Taetian, he needs to focus on the gate and not the people as well. It cannot be tunnel vision. Tinnitus might be in the area, but he has to remember that it's probably from the bot as well. It's so hard to confirm at this point, right? Taetian already on the other side of the gate realizes that there's no one, notices a footprint, right? So what I can do here, down 6 as fast as possible, easier said than done, right? But after he downs him, he can go and teleport straight away to the other gate. Although I feel like it might be a little too late for that, unfortunately.
Good awareness. Yeah. I mean, regardless, Dose 6 is doing a great job containing the Hunter.
Oh no,
the teleport. But the gate has been opened.
Now
dungeon is open at the center. Aeroplanist has an aeroplane to work, has a flight to work with. So this could guarantee the dungeon escape, a 3-man escape for RT survivors. As we see that happening right now on the big screen. Congratulations to our kills, or at least move towards survivor.
So it's just a matter of how. Always love seeing the Chinatown introductory video, but right now Taetian in game number 2, first half, is trying to find that first survivor to chase. Obviously, we know that Lightning is in the vicinity, heading towards the middle. Taetian probably spots the blood print, but does not want to commit. Probably just wants to chase the survivor off the middle map. Baby Top is already rotating away, so Taetian is just making sure that he, just buy a little bit of time first, make sure that he gets the timing correct, lands that first hit. Then, when his trade is up, that's where he can catch up. Unfortunately, it's not a blink, it's an excitement like what has been pointed earlier on. So Taetian's still looking for that first target. I'm not really sure who he really wants to chase right here, because he's rotated through Lightning, Baby Top, and now 6. So Gardener is probably the target that he really wants. But he's wasting a lot of time, right, Jojo?
So much time but the Cyphers are slow, so I guess that's saving grace. And once again, the Pellet Slam from Vivian, and the excitement comes through. The hit registers, but what does that even bring us? Because now Lightning understands you don't have excitement, and now you're forced to stand still, but you do not. You get stunned, and you're wasting even more time. Now, distance brought out by Vivian is great. Everything is working out to RT Survivors' favor, and Taetian really needs to know what he's going for here. What is he doing? Can he get those hits? He does.
He does.
Vivian.
Again, the almost full shield. The almost full shield, right? Am I seeing what you're seeing right now? All 7 ciphers, all 6 ciphers have progressed so far. Despite all the times there, right? They couldn't get a cipher done just yet. Doesn't really matter. Baby Top, smooth. Not sure what happened to the first pad, but he only has 1 pad left, Jojo.
Yeah, I think he was just really far away. Want to come in for that rescue, but Baby Top will still get the rescue regardless. Now, Lightning coming in with the second stun. Now, forcing the Hunter to stand still once again, the stun will happen, and Vivian will get that distance that he needs away from Taetian. But you mentioned already, the ciphers are all spread out now. First cipher has been popped by the Magician. Vivian doesn't know that Hunter will be coming down from the back, and the shield has been registered. But luckily for her, she will hit towards a better kiting area with 2 pellets to work with. But I think she will not make it.
Yeah, unfortunately not. And only 1 cipher has been done, Jojo. The second and third has a lot of progress, but still, it's not done. Mercenary is already injured. No elbow pads. So this is where things get very dangerous, Jojo. Mercenary has no more items. He's half health. He's definitely not going to go in for the rescue. Fortunately for RT, they have 3 people with tight turners. But it is a basement after all. So I would say sell. I would really say sell at this point. Because like what can you do to get the Gardener out? Poor Vivian. Spectacular showing as the mechanic, but now unfortunately is gonna have to suffer in the basement until the very end. They gotta sell here, and fortunately and hopefully they'll be able to get more ciphers done. Lightning's probably gonna be that second chase. Only has 1 bow and the R left to play. So let's see if the second kite is gonna be enough actually.
Yep,
is he gonna use it right now?
Excitement. Yeah, he does. He does, unfortunately. But at least the hit register. So on the bright side, things are still okay. He's able to get the instant down. That would be great. But another stun will come through. Triple stun already coming in from Lightning. As we see the second cipher been popped. Third is gonna be. Fourth is very close, and the fifth still has a lot to work on.
Yeah, but Taetian is headed towards the right direction, right?
Wow.
The only thing I would question, is where's the fade back hit as the opera singer? You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's finally gonna register. Yeah,
the hit will register here.
Yeah, and I don't find much value with the excitement because you notice he was shaking off the arrows every single time. He never stopped, and if you brought max rage, I think a blink would have been so much better here. But again, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if this decision is going to be enough for them. Oh, the double back coming for 6 instead. So Lightning is still on the chair. 6 is going to be that person going for the rescue. But Taetian knows what's up. He knows what's up. He wants to go in. And right now... Oh,
nice.
Beautifully
Great
done.
coming in from 6. As we see the last cipher at 60% right now. Baby Top, does he know it? Does he run away? He does. He does not have any overheads to work with anymore now. So things are going to look a little bit spicy here. He needs to open up a chest for a better end game here. He's not going to be able to survive long with nothing for end game. As we see, Baby Top will be getting the first hit there. They are also opening potentially a 7th cipher.
Yeah, so many ciphers being open. But you know what? That's the problem, right? You gotta decide the cipher management. The cipher management needs to be good. Oh no, the Terra Shock coming in as the mercenary. At the late game, if the problem with playing a mercenary, right, is if it doesn't work out in the early to the middle game.
Oh no.
Oh wait, what?
Oh no.
What? All of them are here! All of them are here! Oh, fortunately, they managed to get that heal. Yeah. But as long as Taetian gets everyone injured, this is where the potential win can come in. So near, yet so close. You know what I mean? Everyone injured, and if he gets it, there'll be... yeah. I think he can stop the last cipher from even being completed at this point.
Yeah, okay, so here is the window of opportunity for Taetian, right? After downing the Lightning, he's gonna force Baby Top to use his self-heal. Once again, Baby Top does not have self-heal for the end game.
Yeah.
Right? So he can come for him for the rescue right now. But he needs to play his cards right. If he's able to get this, if he's able to force a rescue, if not even better, stop the mercenary from coming in from here because he knows exactly where
he needs to find. Yeah, he needs to find. As long as he can find the Tonitas, he can stop the mercenary from coming in. And the one thing that's at a disadvantage, oh no, Baby Top has no items. So how are you gonna rescue?
Yeah.
You're gonna go down even before the Cypher's Prime. And even if the Cypher's Prime, you are still gonna go. Oh wait, doesn't matter. Taetian can easily come in with the double back. Okay, Baby Top, will you be able to make that rescue?
Speed coming in.
Taetian! Wow, my goodness. No self-heal. That's the most important thing. Ignore.
Yes.
Leave him on the
Ignore. Floor. Lock in. Lightning. Let's go. As we see, the other side of the gate will be open. Lightning, I don't think she can make a mad dash for this. Does have another item to work with, but not sure whether this will be put into effect.
Oh, he
misses it, unfortunately. Oh my goodness.
Wait.
He will be down here, unfortunately. And 6 gets the gate open, so that at least guarantees a 1 escape instead of a 4k game. But I have to say, Taetian definitely did play this late game a lot better compared to the game on second half.
Yeah, definitely better, right? Oh, wait. Yeah, you gotta be really careful. Has to make sure the mercenary... Oh, wait. Mercenary is nowhere near the dungeon, so... I guess that works.
Yeah, better to be thin, sorry,
He can teleport. He can teleport, it doesn't really matter, yeah. He can just... wait. Oh, okay, yeah. Lightning will be able to get... Not able to get up, unfortunately. So that's gonna be a 3-man elimination. So, GG well played, this time by Taetian.
Between the two hunters, but a different team. Wow, the
He's definitely gonna
is always
start
exposed. Right, so for Tiala right now, he wants to still at the advantage, right? So best case scenario will definitely be a 3k for him. 4k best, of course, but 3k will help him get the first. So see RT Tiala. Can you see the bot there? He missed out a little bit. We did see it at the bottom left, just a little bit there, but that's all right. We're seeing Handsome Boy will be the center of attention here. We'll get his mechanic. He's on.
Yeah, he's on fire, man. Full kiting build. He knows that he's not gonna go down in time soon. Yeah, I know. No!
This is unfortunate.
Boy. Yo, Handsome Boy, come on. You're not immune to Terror Shock. You're not the lawyer, you know. But,
you know...
Oh my God. Why? Why you run such a high risk? You have a bot ready to work. You don't have to take that risk. Oh no, that wasn't even a 2 Cypher kite. That was like a combination of 1.5. Fortunately, the bot is still up and alive. I think that's the only redeeming factor. But Irie Forest is already coming in for the rescue. Clock Watch is going to be activated. He knows how risky it is to rescue without the clock. So come in. Okay, getting that 1 hit first, allowing Handsome Boy to at least run away. Running into the direction. He knows that he's going to go down very, very soon. I don't know, man, Chocho. I think at least use the flywheel and buy a bit more time. I know you're going to go down, but maybe that's the only choice. Yeah, I think he knows he's going to fall anyway. Sacrifice himself for the greater good. Get the bot to work. Yeah, I mean, that's the plan, right? Because once you fail the first kite, basically, even if you manage to flywheel and buy a bit more time, by the time you finish kiting, and if you get down, you cannot position yourself to fall in a favorable position. So, okay.
Yeah. I guess, you know, being a decoding character, you do have some debuffs and also good buffs, like helping your teammates decode ciphers, and we're seeing that so fast as we see Krabby coming for the rescue, and he registered, potentially coming in for the support as well, placing down the pallet and flywheel, so there won't be a double down situation here as we see Handsome Boy. It still has a flywheel to work with, but will not expand it at all in this matchup. We're seeing the bot cipher at 65%, so I guess things are still looking quite okay, but a lot of them are still injured. Items being expended. Now, what should be the focus point here for Tiala?
Tiala should continue pressuring the ciphers, right? Just making sure everyone's injured. Just making sure that he finds the fire investigator and injured them, or the next base scenario, stop the cipher that shakes the most, right? That's the logical thing to do. But now just removing the bot as well. Oh no, the bot has not even managed to finish his own initial cipher, so that's gonna be a little bit of a problem here, because right now they have 2 injured survivors, 1 healthy survivor, but they need. It's a big map, right? Cipher management is going to matter a lot. So Irie Forest needs to make this second kite count. And buy time for them to heal each other up is what's going to happen right here.
That happened.
Okay.
So that happened. So things are looking slightly better for the survivors. The bright side of this is really having the mechanic with the bot able to decode 70% cipher. Definitely value adding to this matchup, but the early down was just really unfortunate. I believe it would have been an even better matchup. I mean, in the cipher progress, if we saw extended kite there, as we see every first.
Yo, second Terror Shock, man. Oh my goodness, Tiala is on fire right now. Is saying enough? I am inevitable, so to speak, right? So bringing him to the basement might be a really good choice. Oh my god! Wait a minute, what's going on? Okay, Krabby fortunately did not get hit there. Very unfortunate if he actually got hit there, right? Krabby, Novelist, obviously, can just zigzag back just to make sure he buys enough time here. But honestly, he's gonna get hit. And well, at least he'll be able to rescue successfully, right? And right now, what they both need to do is get the hell out of this cipher area.
And the hit registers the flywheel there, but it's the corner area we'll talk about, so he will get chat, unfortunately, but we're seeing that this cipher at 91% cannot be popped. It's just crazy. As we see a deja vu moment, we saw it in first half, we're seeing it again, a basement chair. We saw how the mechanic in the first half was just thrown away, no longer rescue again. So let's see how they're gonna come in for the rescue. If I investigate, I think he'll be dropping down soon. No tight turners though, unfortunately.
He's gonna complete
it. Looking dire. Things are looking very dire for them. Bronya run down, but drop down.
No! You gotta finish that cipher. No, they should have completed the cipher there. They should have completed the cipher at the other side. Then they go for the rest. Then they come and pop the cipher. They cannot. They have to complete the cipher. The 99% cipher. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're talking about.
Oh my god! A 4K might be imminent for ST here. Chocho. Bronya has nothing to work with the third Terra Shock, and that's gonna be it. Chala. That's a 4K right there. My goodness. The decision making, man.
It's always the decision making.
The cipher's so far away. Do you think anyone can go back and rescue? My god.
This is in a single flip of the switch, and we saw how the...
Stella, hopefully you'll continue.
Just speak pretty hard? Okay.
So the hunter is not going to be connecting the ciphers quite yet. He's heading towards the middle area. He's going to be ignoring the gravekeeper and going straight towards the old geisha house, and we'll be connecting the ciphers now.
It's not bad connecting ciphers here a bit late, but it's only Puppeteer who has it too. Stalemate available to use to counter, and of course, once again, as Gummy has said, you can tank the full hit without sharing the damage.
So the Puppeteer taking the first kite already made his way to the second story, continuously avoiding the line of sight so the hunter can't get the charge on him, so he won't be able to stun him quite yet. We'll be breaking this pallet, so it's going to be harder to loop this area.
But then once again, you can't forget, right, from the side of Puppeteer here, he still does have Moon Speed Boost that he can utilize, but yes, it's a tight turner that might hurt us here quite a bit. We got Lil Lewis out just on time. This is really nicely done here, but then once again, can we even vault over? Well, yes, we can, and didn't even... Oh no, we got the hit, but sadly, it wasn't a Terror Shock.
Right, and since the puppet did eat majority of that hit, he's only 25% damage. He's going to be looping this area, but with that pallet gone, he's going to be transitioning, but going to be caught here in the middle.
Thank God we were able to damage share there. We're gonna go directly upstairs, but sadly it just doesn't seem like our teleportation wants to go up there just yet. Pop up, standing upstairs now, dropping down, rotationing away towards our triple pallets here just downstairs. With warp here activated, we can definitely use Lil Lewis here once again. But here is the question. Ooh, we got the Vault Orb, but the hit still registers.
And there's damage shared there with the Magician, so Magician getting some injury onto himself. He's trying to transition towards the corner where there are no survivors. We can see the Archer slowly making her way towards this corner.
But Puppet, I don't think we can use Lil Lewis here anymore. We don't have enough damage for it, as well as with no knee-jerk reflex. You're just going to play mind games with yourself, and finally that stun came true as the Puppet will go down. But you see how fast these Cypher machines are as well. It's a 2-minute down, and we've already got one full Cypher machine done.
And it looks like Potato's coming in for the rescue, slowly making his way towards the chair. Hunter's going to change the connections on the Cypher machine.
But here we see as well, right, Magician here currently getting healed first. Potato, Gravekeeper on his way in here to rescue. We're currently not decoding here just yet, but we do believe Puppeteer has a huge rebound kite potential here too, as Gravekeeper finally making his way in. Nice dash in here right now, no Terror Shock here, as we managed to get the rescue safely on time as well. But now Puppeteer by himself, that's going to be blue landed here instantly, and another red, but we didn't get Lil Lewis out on time, so damage will have to be taken and shared.
And unfortunately, it was shared, so he won't be going down immediately. That's going to help the Gravekeeper get away and not end up in a 2-down situation. And it looks like the blue charge will land onto the Puppeteer once again, and we'll be able to stun him, downing the survivor for the second time.
From the side of survivors, they've barely just started their Cypher machine. During this tight turner time, they weren't able to actually pop the 3 Cypher machines that they wanted to do. So now we're going to be forced to do a late game rotation. With this, potentially speaking, I don't even think we can rescue here. Magician using his wand to trying to make his way in, but those blood trails are more than enough to spot him out.
Was able to also get the stun onto the Magician here. He's kind of stuck here. He needs to wiggle his way through the walls and will be able to get the rescue just in time with tight turner.
Okay, there we go. Puppeteer on blue. We need to be able to get this Lewis out here just before anything here pops up. But it just seems like Hermit's way too close to us, having no other need to reflex items or speed boost on our hands to use as well. For Puppeteer, it seems like this is a lost cause. We did get a stalemate there on time, but oh, that teleport went towards the wrong side. Puppet was able to contain after Tie Turner.
Right, but now that he is at 75% damage, he won't be able to utilize his puppet and will be going down for the 3rd time, sending his first survivor back to the matter. Oh, we're going to be crawling underneath the tram, and now that's going to buy even more time for the survivors. Oh, never mind.
Well, we got the pickup, yeah. I could have crawled a little bit deeper in, honestly, on that side note, but we did manage to get the heal on towards Magician there as well. Gravekeeper being half-healed is okay, as he still does have 2 shovels left on his hands to use, but with our final 2 Cypher machine here at 54%, Warp here currently ready, going straight towards MX here as Potato will not get spotted out, and MX on that red, unfortunately speaking, Archer will be able to actually share here on time, but the stun still comes through, a double in fact, and that guarantees us our hit, as that Magician back to half-health we go.
Right, so the damage is starting to pile on the survivors. They may need to heal or needs to take this kite, but he has no items left. He does not get too close to the survivor, so he is able to make his way outside of the graveyard, but will be catching up with that second teleportation orb.
Gravekeeper changing to blue. We do have additional 50% Cypher machine here from the side of survivors. But now this simply just means that if we land the red on towards Magician, Gravekeeper will have to go down alongside with this Magician. So Gravekeeper, at the moment you see that polarity, you need to go straight into a shovel mode. And Magician manages to dodge us on time there as well.
Right, dodging that polarity. Now he's able to go to the next stop on this tram, but Hunter is more concerned with the Cypher machines at this time, and he's making his way to the old geisha house, but it looks like Potato is already transitioning out.
MX should be getting off tram here, as we do see Gravekeeper here at the double pallet towards Corner House Gate. It seems like Yuzu has found their next target, but instead decides to change back, as we're a little bit worried here with the Cypher machine decoding progress. Double Cypher machine at 70, but it just seems like we're able to heal Magician here back up. Maybe not to full health, but a decent amount. But with Tinnitus, I think we're going to be able to find him here.
Oh, and it does look like the Hunter does spot him out, but they were able to heal just in time. We see that the Hunter is going to be going for the Archer instead.
Oh, what a nice laceration stack! We got the main body stack there instantly just to cancel the teleportation too. We denied the hit on towards the Archer, and not only that as well, it just seems like Gravekeeper's back on that Cypher machine. He can decode here, practically speaking, for free, cause it's a blue Archer, not a red Archer. By herself dodging that one more time, and another 100 laceration stacks. Just buys so much time for the survivors here to decode.
And finally we'll be able to get the hit onto the Archer. A lot of damage piling up. She needs to avoid the red one because she doesn't want to give damage to the Gravekeeper, but for the Hunter, he wants to get the red charge onto this Archer.
Oh, but that's okay. Archer is still alive, still unwell. We should be able to pop the Cypher machine here early as well, because we do not have borrowed time here. Archer is stuck by a corner here by herself. Probably has to use the crossover as soon as we can. Now, finally connecting the Cypher machine. What a nice double stun as Archer goes down. Gravekeeper is still barely alive. But even so, we do still have one last warp on our hands to use. We're tearing close towards middle. Our Hermit still has a chance to 3k.
And it looks like the exit gate is being opened up, and one of the survivors are going towards the middle in case the Hunter does decide to pressure that exit gate, and he will be utilizing Warp and going after the Magician.
Oh, didn't get the red orb there, a little bit unfortunate. We are going to be able to teleport up an instantly nice double stack hit, as we will get the Magician down here on time. However, Gravekeeper, we're going to go for the rescue here immediately. I was a bit worried that Hermit would go back with the teleportation, but it seems like we won't be worried about that just now. Magician back on chair, but this is his first chair, as now 2 other survivors here currently, they're all 1 hit down if we get polarities on.
Right, and we can see the Archers opening up the exit gate, and the Gravekeeper is going around for another backdoor rescue in case the Hunter does go for the Archer once again. Exit gate, however, is been opened.
Yeah, we kind of hesitated there a little bit. If that's the case, then this is a guaranteed tie game from the side of 4AW. Yuzu did really well here, especially with that in-game scenario. Potato does have that additional shovel to use here as well, so even if we do manage to intercept him, I don't think it will be enough. Let's congratulate from the side of 4AW being able to clutch this tie game in that in-game scenario. Oh, I would kind of understand. Hullabaloo will be spawning straight.
And the Hullabaloo has spawned outside of Graveyard, and he's making his way towards 6th, the Aeroplanist, as the first chase.
Double surprise. I think we won't be going towards them. Graveyard in middle just seems like a much better option. Nice snowball there landed. As a second to solo surprise, we'll be able to land that fireball as well.
So already 2 colored bombs on this Gravekeeper, but he needs to get hit outside of the shovel, so he's just going to be going around here and throwing down this pallet so he can utilize it later. Hunter's going to have to break it so that he won't be able to utilize it, and then he's going to be able to transition out.
But double surprise here ready. However, we do see Lantern is here as well with those additional freezing frames that will not land, unfortunately speaking, as we got the shovel out on time. Funza, not the best start, but with that shovel here being forced out, at least we're able to get something out of him. But even so, that's only 1 out of 2 shovels, as these 2 pads will have to be dropped out instantly, and shovel in another 2 seconds is going to be ready.
And all 3 pallets have been thrown down. Hunter did break 1 pallet, but there's still 2 more pallets this Gravekeeper can continuously loop, so then the Hunter is now forced to break the 2nd pallet in the middle.
But even so, Gravekeeper, we're eyeing towards Corner House here, in which that's where Lightning is currently located at. It's very close towards our Enchantress, as we're going to change targets here instantly. Ench right upstairs here, Snowball here instantly landed. We're going to drop down, potentially get a Fireball landed on time as well. But even so, double surprise here, can we land it on just on time? The Flywheel just to be able to get out here as well. But there is a basement nearby, so we definitely have to rotate out here as soon as possible.
Okay, we have the red bomb and the white bomb. She needs to avoid the black zone, but that also means she will be able to stun the Hunter if the Hunter tries to get the... Oh, okay. The tram helping her gain some more distance.
But Enchantress, we're doing very well with the tight containment. That's finally our mud ball there landed. But even so, double surprise, only landed on with a snow bomb there. A little bit unfortunate. Can't get anything else on. We've tripled stacks here, which is kind of hard. The fireball there finally doing some job, but that's only 1 stun. We're going to vault over here. No hit on towards that lightning here just yet. Enchantress still containing. As we see here, 3.5 Cypher Machines done by the survivors.
Okay, she's gonna rotate the color wheel. Still isn't able to land the bomb here, but it looks like she's kind of out in the open. Will eventually, no, she's, well, okay, we'll be able to finally down the survivor for the first time, but so much Cypher progress for the survivor side.
It's 380% decoding progress here in total, as we're able to finish off that Enchantress's Cypher Machine as well. You see that Aeroplanist coming in for the first rescue here, as we potentially want to save the Gravekeeper for a second. But here comes 6. We're finishing up just that 4th Cypher Machine, and now if we can get this Terror Shock, I think we could potentially tie.
Okay, he was able to get the rescue with Tide Turner. Hunter back onto the Enchantress, but immediately downing him with the double surprise. She's going to go down at this corner as far away from the chair while she's still... Oh, no, she's going to go back towards the gate.
This isn't bad, but then once again, you can't forget, right? Lanternus is using her living frame right now on that Cypher Machine. There's Aeroplanist on the Cypher Machine alongside with the Lanternus. And finally, we're going to be able to see Gravekeeper on his way in here to rescue with that additional 20-second Tide Turner time as well. Your 2 best options here is either A, to work towards the Cypher Machine that's currently being decoded and force him off and force Gravekeeper to rescue, or B, wait and see how your endgame goes.
Alright, it looks like the Hunter will be going to pressure the Cypher Machine and allowing this backdoor rescue because he doesn't want that last Cypher to be primed. And, pallet stun onto the Hunter.
But we got a rescue there as Enchantress already rotated so far out. We're currently opening a new Cypher Machine here. Maybe no, not just yet. Looking straight towards 6 here. I feel like Funza wants to see who here does not have borrow time. But all survivors here do have them, to say the least. So we're currently in a lose-lose scenario as we lost where the Enchantress is. And of course, Lantern is once again is just way too strong as someone who you want to play up against.
Right, utilizing her projections, it's very hard to land the bombs onto the survivor, but it looks like her ability has been cancelled out with that red zone, and it looks like she's gonna flywheel. Needs to avoid the white zone. She's in this corner,
I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Can we land this? Ah, we can't land this. We have another spin in 2 seconds, but now we're going to be able to see peak color blue gameplay with the corner kiting. Finally, that hit here will land. But even so, we are not able to stuck land this towards the corner as she finally does go down. But see that additional 6 Cypher machine now at 75%. And guess what? We're looking for additional items here for Aeroplanes himself to use as well.
Alright, and Baby Top already coming in for the rescue, utilizing the last of his shovel to make it safely to the chair. But has 2 color bombs, is able to injure the survivor, and he's not quite going for the rescue. He's waiting for the Cypher Machine to be ready. It's primed. Oh, gets the Terror Shock, but Cypher Machine's pop, and he is able to get the rescue onto the Lanternist.
Oh, but Lanternist continuing really well here. That speed was helping us out here so much. And once again, it's the Lanterns that we're talking about here. Palestine will not come true, but it just seems like that 5-second cooldown has finally ended. We see Lightning hit Enchantress, 5 stacks on hand. Gate Crony at 65%, and Orty is going to make it. We're going to go straight towards the gate now from both sides there, and a triple stun will guarantee the gate to be open. And we will be able to see Orty taking that first round. Was just to crawl out of it enough before the bottom right.
And we're going to have the Peddler spawning here in this corner, and it does look like the mechanic will be taking the first chase. We got the absorption on the ground, so now she has a vine ready to utilize.
Oh, we dropped the doll down there pretty early. I was kind of expecting the doll to be used as a, counter vine. So when the vine comes out and mech can't kind of get rid of it, you can just put the bot down and then use it as a tanking absorber. But even so, we're rotating here straight towards Moongate with no one here in this area as well.
It looks like the meteorologist already transitioned out towards the shack, and now the hunter does get tinnitus, so she knows there is someone here. She's hiding behind shack. The question is, will she be checking behind?
Oh, but we're behind the tree trunk there as rotating towards Potato here instead. What I really like about the survivors is their early game rotation and communication. Yes, we can get items here from the side of Peddler, but even so, you're making it so hard for her to even catch up.
And it looks like she finally has found her first chase. Is going to be the patient. She utilized that vine, but she has another absorption, so another vine to hurry up and catch up to the survivor, doing a very good job hiding behind this pallet.
Oh, hook there being used straight towards this single pallet here. No knee-jerk reflex, just a tight turner on the side of our patient here to use. The distance pulling was nice, but can we dodge this one? We did! That's such nicely done. And so much distance here still pulled. Another hook here ready just within that 5-second time, and the warp here for the catch-up, but it just wouldn't land. The chip just wouldn't land.
Right, so we have we're finally going to be able to get a hit onto the patient for the first time. Going to close off that warp, and the patient is going to make it to the corner walls. A lot of pallets here to work with.
Oh, but Yuzu here is on a timer, let's not forget. Look at Mechanics, all their decoding. We got a hit there so late in towards the game. Mech's main body is at 55, meanwhile the bot is at 56. Here you can see Patient doing his best right now. Yes, it is a chip damage they're taking, but doesn't matter that much. Can we dodge his vines? We can't, as he finally does go down. But it's a 2-minute game forward coming in. The final came out of here as well. But what was that, Shizu? Can we even rescue here after this?
Hunter's going to absorb the ground so that the forward will be stunned if he goes in for this football, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to utilize it any further because he is at half damage. You don't want to get a double down situation before you're even able to rescue that survivor, so we'll safely be able to chair the patient, and we have one in order on the mechanic.
MX coming for the rescue here. Meteorologist tie turner, the only tie turner on hand to use except for the patient there who's already on chair. We're looking to see if we can get a stun hit here, but I think we might. Ooh, nice stun, nice stun here. We're able to get a rescue here as the pushback is going to be enough to allow patient to pull some distance out, but it just seems like Potato's stuck here with a single pallet. We do have vines here ready, we do have another wall here as well, but he is going to go down here in this corner, which does make it really easy for forward to harass. However, once again, this also means that it's very easy to cut off forward at the same time too, but we have to walk out of here first.
Right, and the hunter is expecting the forward to come in for this stun. Is able to get the stun, but the hunter dropped down just in time.
We'll take the hit. Still half a ball left here, let's not forget. If we want this win game, we can't rescue this early patient. We were able to crawl out there. We were able to get a stun forward. I'm not too sure about that. Patient should have crawled in that scenario instead of staying over there to heal. And now with a double down, Mechanics being forced into rescue. Meteorologist at half health. Yuzu is able to take so much advantage point here. Meanwhile, don't know where the ship really went. But if we're able to take the hit here, that's an instant warp backwards.
And it looks like she will be taking the hit here. Attack recovery, and the hunter has recovery. He's going to utilize warp. He kind of misses, so it allows them to get the rescue just in time, but the immediate hit right back onto the patient forward, just healing up, and the hunter's right next to him.
Oh, the ball here will be pulled. We're going a bit closer here, but it's in straight towards the cooldown, so that's not too bad. Yuzu guaranteeing a tie after such a bad early game is such heavenly surprise for himself as well. But now forward, be able to pull out here. We did use up self-healers. We want to go straight towards the forward. Mechanics stall is still outside. Mechanics main body at 90%. As we can see here too, chest opening from the side of Meteorologist as well. And now going after that mech, who does not have too much here to contend with.
I mean, Cypher progress looks pretty good. They've almost primed up all the Cypher machines. They just need to get it finished. Is going to be able to get the stun here at this pallet, but with the distance, Mech is still going to be able to vault, but the Vine coming out here kind of misses, but she vaults into the Hunter.
Yeah, but the speed boost help us out there so much. Stun here will still come through. Cypher machine done. Cypher machine prime. Nice pop from the side of our survivors. Barely escaped that tough scenario. And now Mech by herself able to dodge those vines here just once again. No fly on her hands to use, but we will be able to take the window there as 3 seconds until knee-jerk reflex here is ready. We do have Dungeon just on that side as well. Bokeh currently being opened. Yuzu is on a timer, but with the peepers here dropped down, Mech can't go anywhere.
The exit gates, however, are both being opened up, so even if she does go down here, it does look like that's still going to be a 2-man escape for the side of A for AW.
But even...
And we're going to see the Peddler coming in. Hunter want to be near. The Pharaoh Lady is the... Hunter spawning in this corner. She's going to get an absorption right away so she can have that vine so she can travel faster across the map. She will be running into Baby Top, but she's heading towards the factory where she does not see the Pharaoh Lady, or she does see the Pharaoh Lady and the blood trails going up to the 2nd floor.
Oh, we're finally being able to spot her there, but once again, right, it's Embalmer who already has to face off that Pharaoh too, so if you do want to chase after this Pharaoh Lady from the side of survivors, at least right now it's a guaranteed tie game for them. With Pharaoh here dropping downstairs, I feel like we're going to have to reset that cooldown as soon as we can, but just trying to idle around here until the cloak form has ended. Funzi, changing targets here one more time for 6, maybe? No, we're going back towards Pharaoh one more time.
So it may have been her looking for a different target or baiting the survivor thinking that the Hunter has changed targets. She's going to be out in the open here. A lot of pallets to work with and obstacles. Hunter has a vine and a chip damage, but now she's gone into her visible form once again.
Yeah, we see double stack. Oh, nice bait there from the side of Funza. Funza once again, a bit unfortunate. Didn't see that curl there from the cloak form. Chip damage will not land, which is unfortunate. But you see as well, 2 Cypher machines already at 70% plus. We vaulted over. No Terror Shot hit on towards Funza. That's so unfortunate. Vivian barely surviving that one.
Hunter gonna close the distance with the warp. She's at this pallet and she will be able to make it back towards the walls, but the vine coming in, will she be able to break that vault in time? She is, and the Hunter unfortunately has to break this pallet to close the distance.
Oh, Embalmer already getting the face of Our Lady right now. We're so far away as Vivian's main job here is to go towards that corner as soon as we can. The further away you are from the coffin, the better it gets. We got the chip damage there, and of course the vines came through instead of the walls. So this just means for Our Lady, the containment is going to be even longer. What a nice dodge, what a nice mana drop down, and once again, back into invisibility form.
And at 75% damage, she doesn't have any more fake illusions that she can utilize, but it looks like Hunter's trying to predict where she is with the vines, isn't able to do so, prolonging her kite even more.
Oh, Funza's having such a hard time here trying to get the Pharaoh Lady down. This is her third cloak here, Pharaoh Lady being used. What another nice dodge! But it just seems like we took the kind of rebound there instantly. 50 stacks from the side of Archer. Lightning, a little bit unfortunate. Backstep here is ready, very nicely done. As the Pharaoh Lady going down here one more time. But you see here, cooldown's almost ready from the side of our Archer here to use. Archer, bow and arrow, ready on hand. No, not just yet, but that's okay. Guess what? Look at where the coffin is!
It's on the other side, the other corner of the map, so now the Hunter has to make that distance, and she's just utilized warp, so it's on cooldown. Oh, they're not going to resurrect her quite yet because there are survivors nearby that can actually get this rescue, so they're going to get the rescue first before using this coffin. First officer is able to get the rescue just in time with Ty Turner.
Oh, but here comes the hit here once again. Pharaoh Lady gonna go straight towards the corner here. It just seems like, look at what's happening here. Pharaoh Lady going towards water tanks, and Bomber rotating towards Moongate ruins. It's the direct opposite side, just because we want Pharaoh Lady to utilize as much pallets here as possible. But not only that as well, Archer right behind our tail. This harass is gonna buy us so much more time, but let's see if Archer's gonna be able to do it or not. We're ready in canned. We're ready here instantly as well. No stun here, no corrosion effect, a little bit unfortunate. Picks up here instantly, it was, but it's just a free one for Archer, trying to body block here as much as we can, but sadly here, no hit over towards the other side. Archer, we are able to body block, but sadly can't predict where this Pharaoh Lady is. It's just too hard when she's invisible.
And is able to vault this pallet, but now the Hunter going through the wall absorption. Now the invisibility is gone. She can't finally see it, but the Archer taking a hit for the Pharaoh Lady, prolonging the kite even longer.
Oh, we're teleporting towards the wrong character here. It's the Embalmer, who does not have Coffin on himself, yes, but doesn't really matter that much when it's a completely new survivor on a Cypher. And look, Pharaoh Lady and Archer are currently decoding together at the same time too. Meanwhile, our first option is still at full health. There comes the stun from Laceration 6. All he needs to do is to continue for a little bit longer, but finally that hit did land. Chip damage lands as well, but doesn't even matter that much. Look, Pharaoh Lady stealing the Cypher machine. The Cypher should be done in 20 seconds.
Hunter will be absorbing that Cypher machine, stopping that from moving, and the Embalmer buying so much time here. Will finally be going down here at the pallet, chaired for the first time. But Cypher, last Cypher machine is 89, so it's almost primed, and just one survivor needs to come in for this rescue, and it's going to be a 4-man endgame situation.
Oh, but then Embalmer, can we maybe drop a coffin down here for ourselves later on? It doesn't seem like we can, as we want to try get the target hit down here onto his Embalmer. Body block did not manage to come true. But of course, once again, you can't forget, first officer still has another chance here to rescue. But I feel like from Survivor side, you see as well, right? There's already someone at the gate. We're currently rushing the gate here as soon as we can. Warp / teleport. No, sorry, it's teleport ready in 30 seconds. But right now, with all survivors here currently on the rush out, it's the Pharaoh Lady here coming in, trying to go for the backdoor rescue. And an officer making his way towards the gate. The gate is now open. Officer has another pocket watcher to use for additional 5-second tight turn time. But let's see whether or not Pharaoh Lady can get that backdoor rescue, because if she can, as you can see bottom left hand side, if she's already about to make it, we might be able to see a 4-man escape here.
I mean, right now, 4AW Hunter needs to get at least a 2-man elimination to make it to round 3, but the exit gate's already open. The 2 survivors are already at the exit gate. Now we got the backdoor rescue on the Embalmer, so Pharaoh Lady at the cottage and the Embalmer trying to open up the exit gate and move.
It doesn't really matter what the survivors do here. We can force Embalmer to open that gate to give Peddler even more pressure. But look where that Pharaoh Lady is. We're so far away from the Hunter right now. The Vine here will be used here instead. But yes, there's only one Vine here. We didn't even use any of our other items here to gain more stacks. Teleport straight towards the other side. First officer, no items here left in our hands to use, but it doesn't really matter that much. Pharaoh Lady already used so much of her items. Already has bought so much more time here. And Embalmer's gate is also open at the same time too. Let's not forget, Embalmer can use that coffin. The resurrection will happen, and it's a final 4-man escape from the side of RT up against 4AW. Let's congratulate RT. A beautiful, beautiful 4-man escape from their survivor side, as they'll be the first team to qualify for Southeast Asia.
All the way out, so wonderful support on
significant Hunters is as well.
over and over. Always GHFT really is able to move up